guys, Kylie with Becoming Blameless here, and as promised, I'm wanting to bring you videos this week about productivity, about how to make your life more balanced. And so this is going to be video number 1 in that, and it is how to cure procrastination. Cure it. Not delay it, not cure it. Fix it. Stop it. Completely. No more procrastinating. Woo! Okay, so what are we going to do to stop procrastination? First of all is you have got to understand how the brain works, okay? The brain is designed to keep you alive. That is its purpose, okay? So if you have something, okay, let's say that do not get hit by a truck or brush your teeth. The brain is automatically going to pick, don't get hit by the truck. Same thing goes for, you've got a whole day's meetings to do. Your brain is going to evaluate that to-do list, and it's going to say, okay, the top priority day is this, this, this. And then the brain completely dismisses all of the other things that are available to it, okay? Unless you write them down. The brain is made to have ideas and then to automatically function over and over again on cycles to make you do things without having to think about them. So what is a habit? A habit is your brain has formed a link internally, or a circle or a cycle or whatever that you want to call it, to where that your brain automatically knows to do certain things without you thinking about it. Okay, so think about it. Whenever you brush your teeth, which hand do you use? I know I use my right hand, okay? Which side of your mouth do you brush first? You don't think about it. Which leg do you put first in your pants? Which sock do you put on first? Things like that doesn't matter. The brain does not entertain them. So you automatically do them without thinking about it, okay? Anything that brings up stress in you, or it brings up anxiety in you, the brain says, whoop, this is a bad thing. We need to stop the threat. The brain doesn't realize whether the threat from the impeding car fixing to plow you down versus you doing way too much exercise on your body versus you being stressed out for something at the job. The body can't differentiate. This is good stress, this is a bad stress. The body doesn't like stress, okay? So the brain says, I've got to stop the stress. And so anything that you are thinking about that's causing stress, it's going to try to suppress that and find a way for you to not to have to deal with that, for you to chill out about it, okay? So we have to help our brain break down things. Now, first of all, if you constantly feel like you've got all this mental clutter, you feel like, oh my gosh, I just wish I could shut down my brain like a computer and just have a restart. That is a sign that you have got to write things down, okay? I told you the brain is made to have great ideas. It's not made to store things over and over again, okay? The brain is to keep you alive. It doesn't like to keep reminding you of the same things over and over again. So when you walk down your hall and you know that you need to change the air filter in your house, go write it down, because then the brain goes, okay, I know she's going to look at that. I can chill out. And yes, I know that you don't realize you're talking to yourself like that, but yeah, we all talk to ourselves like that. We all crazy. No, seriously. But yeah, go write it down. And then your brain it'll calm down, because it'll say, hey, I can chill about that. I know that she's going to look at that at another time. Okay, appointments. If you fail to write down appointments in a place that you will look at them and remember them, the brain is constantly going to keep reminding you over and over again. When was that appointment again? When was that appointment again? Because it doesn't know that you've, in a way, give it a chill pill. When you write something down after you think about it, the brain says, there's a chill pill. I don't have to keep remembering that, okay? So then the brain is free to have great ideas. So if you constantly feel like you've got mental clutter, it's because you need to go write some stuff down, okay? So your to-do list may be a notebook long. Who knows? Just go write everything down that you can possibly think of. That's step number 1 to curing procrastination, okay? Get it out of your brain, or your brain's going to keep telling you over and over again. The second thing is to realize the difference between a task and a project, okay? So here's my example. Let's say I intentionally left my desk a mess today, okay? So let's say that on my to-do list today, I'm going to write down the task, clean desk. Today I have to clean my desk, okay? Let's say that I put something else on here, call Sally. Let's say that I put fill out bills. Okay, which one of these is likely going to stress me out the most? It depends on how bad my desk is, but my brain, whether I realize it or not, is doing a quick assessment of which one of these is not going to cause me problems. So the easiest thing on my list is going to be to call Sally. If she's a friend, that really is not going to feel like a task to me, so I'm going to pick call Sally. So once I call Sally, I will check that off. All right, clean desk or fill out bills. Which one of those is my brain going to want to jump to next? Well, it depends on how bad your bills are. If all of your bills, you know where they are, you know where your stamps are, you know where your checkbook is, you know your logbook, your information, you know where it all is, you might jump to this before you do clean off desk. But why, anyway, why would we procrastinate cleaning off our desk and filling out bills, but we wouldn't procrastinate to call Sally? It's because these two things are not a task. These two things are projects that need to be broken down into tasks. Okay, so here's an example. After a while, you will realize this inside here. Once you write down something, you'll say, well, that's not a task. That's a project. And you will learn to break down over time. But it will be a mental effort in the beginning for you to realize this. But I promise you that you will completely stop procrastination if you listen to me and you will do this, okay? So let's look at clean off desk. How can I break this down into tasks that my brain doesn't go about, okay? What do I need to do to clean off my desk? Okay, so for one, I need to file away paper. I need to take this to the kitchen. Take kitchen items to kitchen. What else do I need to do? How do I need to break this down? I need to put away electronics. So you see, each one of these is something so easy. There is absolutely no reason for me to be upset about filing a paper. Now, if you get to this step and you think, oh, I don't want to do that either, you need to figure out what the problem is. That means that that is not a task. If your brain is flipping out about it, that is not a task. That is a project for you. So if your bills are all over the place and you don't have a filing system, yeah, you're going to panic a little bit when you say file away your bills or file away papers because you don't have a system. So the brain doesn't like that. It's a threat. There's too much going on. It don't even want to deal with it, okay? So that one can still be broke down further. It depends on your lifestyle and what you've got set up, okay? Take kitchen items to kitchen, okay? Let's see how easy that one is. I've got this to take to the kitchen, and I have this to take to the kitchen. Easy. My brain don't flip over that. Okay, I just got to walk this to the kitchen. No big deal. Check it off. Next thing, put away electronics. What's electronics? My camera and my mouse. I just got to literally put it up there. There is nothing about that my brain doesn't like. Okay, so you've got to learn to break down the tasks that you don't want to do, that you keep procrastinating over and over again. How can I break it down into smaller little bites so that I don't mind doing the task? Don't put projects as a to-do task. Do you understand that? So let's think of another one that somebody may flip out. Let's say you're a college student and you're procrastinating writing this big long essay that you've got to write. Okay, how can I break that down to where that I can fulfill parts of this in 15 minutes or less? Y'all, a timer is my very best friend. Did you know that you can tell Alexa to set a timer for 15 minutes with your voice? You can. You can do it on your phone. You can do it on a watch if you've got a watch. 15 minutes. If you're procrastinating something, just say, okay, fine. I've been procrastinating my laundry. I'm going to set a timer for 15 minutes, and I'm just going to see what I can get done. It will surprise you what you can get done. It's just the act of getting started. Give yourself permission. If you are the one setting your own goals, you're the only one setting your tasks, you need to understand that you need to be kind to yourself. And if you're flipping out about something, find a way to make it more manageable and more likable for you. I mean, seriously, you're your own boss. Even if you don't work for yourself, you can manage your own task and what time that you do them. So we need to break it down. So if you're doing this big long essay paper, okay, what is involved in writing an essay? If I put on my to-do list, write essay, that's my to-do list today, my brain is going to say, oh no, that thing ain't due till Sunday. Don't be writing no essay because we don't want to deal with that threat. Okay, so, all right, self, how can I make this more manageable for you? So what do I have to do to write this essay? First of all, I need to read chapters maybe I got to read 4 chapters. I'm going to read chapter 1, read chapter 2, read chapter 3. This is hard to do backwards, y'all. This is a good test. Read chapter 4. Oh, I did it right. Okay, and make it to where you can check it off. Okay, then what do you need to do after you read those 4 chapters? Then you need to make outline. And then you don't want to put down here on the very last one, write this 10-page paper. You need to put write for 15 minutes, because you never know, if you sit down and you actually start doing it, you could write this essay in like 30 minutes. You don't know. Don't say write 10 pages because you're like flipping out. That's going to take forever. Set multiple things to do it in small increments. And usually, once you get started and the timer goes off, you're like, I just want to keep working. And then you're cool. It's the act of getting started, okay? So, let's recap this again. Do not put a project on a to-do list. You need to put tasks on a to-do list, okay? So whatever you're procrastinating, you need to break it down into teeny tiny little steps that your brain does not flip out about doing, okay? I promise you, this works for everything and you will completely cure procrastination. Another thing that I would say that is a big tip is set one day a week where it's called Anti-Procrastination Day. So for me, that's Wednesday. So whenever Wednesday comes and I look back at my task, if I've got anything with an arrow that I have moved over that I did not get done, Wednesday is the day that I have got to go back and I have got to get those things that's done. Then what I have to do is I have to sit down with myself, even with me knowing this, and I have to say, okay, why did I procrastinate that task? What is it that I need to do in order to make that more manageable for me? So let's give you another example just to be sure that you get this, okay? Because this is so life-changing, guys. It is so life-changing. So let's say for me, I want to say pay August bills. I want to pay August bills. And then I notice that I'm not wanting to pay my bills on time. Well, what is the problem? What is the deal about paying bills? First of all, money. Okay, so that means that I'm probably not checking to see where I'm spending my money. I'm probably not balancing my checking account so that I don't have mental awareness of what's going on. So my brain is just like, I don't even want to go there. I don't even want to think about it. Okay, so that's step number 1, is you need to, on a daily basis, manage your money. So for me, I have a rule that I have to touch some type of a bill product every single day. And sometimes I'm literally looking for something to touch. But that rule makes it to where that I have got 30 days every month, or 29 or 31, you know what I mean, to where I have got to physically touch my bills. Don't wait. If you only get paid once a week, or you get paid once every 2 weeks, or you get paid, Lord forbid, once a month, and you're only touching your bills, you're going to panic when it's time to pay them. So let's say today that my mail comes in and I've got 2 bills that I know that I need to pay. Today is not the day, but they got to be paid. I'm not going to sit those bills in a pile and wait to deal with them on my month payday, okay? I'm going to do something today to make my mind chill out about it. So what do? I'm going to write it on my calendar, the amount and the name of the bill. Then I use the tickler system for filing. And so I'm going to put it in the file on the day that it needs to be paid. Now, I automatically, whenever I set my weekly plan for the week, I automatically look ahead on Sundays when I do my planning. I've got a video about that. I'll link it below. And I will write down that week what has to be paid. And usually all my bill pays are done on Monday for that week. Sometimes with the month, I do all the bill pay at the end of the month and for the next month. And I don't even have to think about it, okay? But you need to have a system to where that your brain doesn't flip out, so that you know exactly what you have to do and when, okay? Another tip is to hinge a new habit that you're trying to build. It takes 21 days to build a habit. So let's say today you start this and you say, I'm not going to do procrastination anymore. You're not going to wake up tomorrow or 3 days from now or 1 week from now or 2 weeks from now and it's be a habit. You're going to have to intentionally and deliberately plan this in your mind to do this. I got to get up today and I have to do something about my bills. I have to get up today and I have to do something about XYZ. It doesn't have to be a big task, but your brain will get in the habit of knowing, okay, today I know I have got to do this. So your brain will look for you. You eventually, over time, you will not have to remind yourself to do anything, but you've got to set rules for yourself like that. It takes 21 days to build a new habit if you didn't skip a day in there. So let's say you go for the next 8 days and you do it every single day and you skip a day, you just started back over, girl, okay? So 21 days consistently to build a new habit. Another thing that you need to do is if it's something that you need to be doing all the time, it doesn't need to be on a to-do list. You need to hinge it on another habit. Okay, so for example, I'm 35, I'm getting middle age, and I'm having some issues about all these wrinkles up in here. So I've started a new skincare routine. Okay, so if I would try to hinge that on something that I have, if I did not hinge that on something and I just said, okay, sometime today, I know I got to go in here and I got to do this, I'm going to find a problem with that, and I'm going to find a reason not to do it. It may be, well, I may have to go out later and run errands, and I don't want to have all my makeup took off and have to put it back on. My brain will find a way to protect me from doing the task. Do you understand what I'm saying? So if I say instead, before I go to bed every night, I'm going to do this new skincare routine. I go to bed every night regardless. So me saying I'm going to do the skincare routine before bed, it automatically makes it a doable task. My brain is not going to flip out about it because it's going to say, hey, it's bedtime, it's time to do your skincare. Got it. There ain't nothing threatening about that. So try to hinge something that you want to learn to do often on something that you already do often. Okay, so for some people, let's say that you get up in the morning and you sit down for breakfast and you have coffee or you have tea. If you're not already doing something for your finances, say, okay, I'm going to get up, and when I'm drinking that cup of coffee or that cup of tea, I'm going to take a quick glance at my calendar and make sure that nothing is going to be late on my bill calendar. Because people, do you know how many fees that you are paying and how much money you are losing by paying late fees? Seriously, look at what you're doing. Procrastinating costs you money. It costs you time. You cannot afford to keep procrastinating. You have got to do what I'm telling you, and you've got to try this out, okay? So back to the essay, y'all. I get all excited about this. So again, you're going to set small little increments. It doesn't matter what you're doing, okay? I had put down on my calendar a week ago that I was going to take down Christmas decorations. My whole house is decorated, and I did not want to take down my Christmas decorations. I flipped about it, so I had to break it down. Take down Christmas tree out of bathroom. Take down Christmas tree out of kitchen. Take down Christmas tree out of living room. Take down decorations from kitchen. Make it small, manageable tasks that I can complete in about 15 minutes or less. And then once I was on the ball, I just started getting some of the stuff done. But it was because I had got small enough tasks, my brain was not flipping out. Okay, so in summary, your brain is made to keep you alive, not to remember your mundane day-to-day task. Write your junk down, okay? Write down your doctor's appointment, not in 50 places, because then your brain says, did I store that here? Did I store it there? Did I write it there? Am I going to look at the calendar? No, you put it all in one place so your brain can go, oh, she's got this, and it can take a chill pill, okay? Tip number 2, hinge something that you want to learn new on something you already do. So if you're going to start something new, find a way to hinge it on something that you already do every day. Do you go to lunch at the same time every day at your job? Instead of getting on Facebook or getting on social media or Instagram or even YouTube, but if you're watching this video, this is helping you so I can justify it. No, seriously. Don't be on your phone wasting time. Take that lunchtime that you do every day to start a new habit. It don't have to be long. It don't have to be an hour-long task. What can I get done in 5 minutes? What can I get done in 10 minutes on this task that will help me toward the project? Do you understand? So, I know you got all that. I showed you how to do it on a regular piece of paper. I did want to show you my book. This is a book that I developed. It's called My Kite Life. It's got a long title. A goal planning workbook for those who want to start soaring in life. Now, this is more of for goals, but it works on the exact same principle. This is a workbook. This is not a book for you to read. It tells you how to actually look at the book. But you're going to set up categories for your life. It talks about achieving balance in here, about you want to set goals in every category of your life. You don't want to just set categories in your financial plan, because then your family life's going to struggle, your finances are going to struggle, your relationships with your friends are going to struggle. You need to have goals every week for every area of your life. It doesn't have to be big goals. Again, you are your own boss. Make it easy on yourself. Be a friend to yourself, okay? Make it easy. But then, this is the goal setting workbook. It says, I'm going to flip it around here so I can read while you're looking at this. It says, my goal is to write the goal out, people. Seriously, if you're having trouble not achieving goals, write out the goal. What do you want to do? My goal is to lose 20 pounds. Okay, great. I want to achieve this goal by. If you don't give yourself a due date, you ain't gonna take it seriously. You have got to write a due date. Whether or not you meet it or not, you need to have a due date, because then you need to know, whenever I get to this date, I need to assess where I am. Am I halfway there? Have I not started yet? Have I blown it out of the park and I had achieved it 2 months ago? You have to have a date, okay? If I did achieve this goal, it would benefit me how? If your body can't, or your brain can't identify why it would be worthwhile to do that, it's not going to motivate you to do anything, okay? So you got to tell it why. Why do I want to reorganize my house? Oh, I would be a whole lot less distressed. We would know where stuff is. I wouldn't have to buy 2 and 3 of something because I can't find the item that I need. I wouldn't be embarrassed for people to come to my house. Whatever it is, write down whatever the task would benefit you. And then it said steps. Place a check beside or highlight each step when completed. This goes back to the anti-procrastination thing, okay? You cannot sit down in life. My life areas are, I have 8 areas of my life, okay? I can't sit down and every single week achieve a goal in that area. I can't do it. There's just too much to do in life. But when I have this road plan and I look at it and I see that I have got tasks here that are easy for me to do, I can look at it and I can say, okay, today I worked on this task and this task and this task. So it may not be done today, but the fact that I can see a slow, steady progress and know that I am working on that goal keeps me motivated, okay? Because all a goal is, when you reach a goal, all it is that you've done multiple steps to get you to an end result. Okay, it doesn't matter whether you set the goal today, you wanted to run a marathon and you went out today, even if you could, but you can't, and you ran that whole marathon. It doesn't matter whether you did it today or you did it over a period of time. The steps are the same. You've got to learn to breathe correctly. You got to make sure you have the right shoes. You got to make sure that you've done stretches. You got to make sure that you had the proper nutrition. All this stuff. You don't want to put up here, I'm going to go out and run a marathon tomorrow, but what are the steps that I can do each and every single day to ensure that if all goes well and according to plan, that I can achieve the goal? And seriously, if you don't beat yourself up. Just make these tasks smaller. So for each of these goals that I have got in my life, I fill out a task page and I can see visibly, I'm a visual person, guys. I have to see that I have worked on my goals, and I put a date beside it. And then at the end of this book, there is a place for you to put the date that you achieved the goal. And once you do that, this book is set up to where at the end of a year, you can have 96 goals and you have a master achievement list. So when you come, you finish a goal on the page, you come back here and you write down what you did. And then whenever you get giving yourself this guilt trip, I don't ever get to do this, I don't ever achieve my goals, and blah, 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 you can look back and say, bull malarkey. It doesn't matter how you feel right now. Feelings will mislead you. What are the facts, okay? And if you've been writing it down and you can see where your time's going and see how you're working, your brain will take a chill pill, okay? So I hope this helps you. If you're still lost, seriously, you need to message me below and we need to talk. But I hope you truly get this. Now, I want for you to think right now in your mind, shut your eyes, what is the one thing that you have been procrastinating the most? I'm going to say cleaning out my refrigerator. I hate to clean out my refrigerator. Why? Because I got to determine whether it's good or bad. I got to empty the canisters. I got to take the scraps out to my dogs. I got to wash the containers. Then I got to wash out I want to make it manageable. What one step can I do today to get me closer to that thing? And once you get started, the brain will realize it's not a big deal and it'll quit telling you to stop, okay? I hope this makes a world of difference. If you watch this video and you don't go try what I'm telling you, seriously, go try it with one thing that you've been procrastinating. I promise you, it will change your life. It'll change your world. You just gonna have to believe you, girl. It's gonna change you, okay? And like I said, I still have to remind myself of the rule. If you write down something and you've noticed day after day after day after day that you've not done it, okay, that's too big of a task. My brain doesn't like it. How can I break it down into smaller, more manageable chunks that I can do in 15-minute increments or less? Set a timer for 15 minutes. When the timer goes off, if you're not into it and you don't want to do it, fine. Put it away. You did 15 minutes on the task today, unless it has a deadline of today. But if it has a deadline of today, then say I'm working for 15 minutes and I'm taking a 15-minute social media break. Then after that timer goes off, come back after 15 minutes and come back at it. I promise you, everything that you estimate how long it's going to take, it doesn't matter what task that you've got, you will always overestimate how much time it's gonna take to do the project, okay? So it doesn't take as much time that you think. The key is you're gonna have to start writing this down and prove yourself wrong, okay? All right, guys, I hope this helps you. I hope you meet some goals. I hope you quit procrastinating. If it helps you and you did a little exercise about the procrastinating, please comment below and tell me what task it was that you have been beating yourself up over not getting done. And then let me know how long it actually takes you to do that task. I promise you, it's crazy. You're not going to believe it doesn't take nowhere near as long as you thought it would. All right, until next video, have a good one and be good. Behave yourself.